Hey guys, Pie Guy Rules here, back with another topic of discussion. Today's topic, Avatar, The Last Airbender. More specifically, The Promise. Yeah, some of you might have no clue what this is. Graphic novels of Avatar, The Last Airbender that are in continuity. Basically, Dark Horse Comics made a few comics for Avatar. There's another one that I have that's a collection of a bunch of stories that take place, like, in between episodes of the series. But this takes place after the series. It's pretty much a bridge between The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. You start off where, well, exactly where we left off in The Last Airbender, where Katara and Aang are kissing, and then it gets ruined by Sokka, not Katara, not Zuko. Yes, then Zuko comes and they all start making out. No, but yeah, we see exactly where it ends. You know, then it cuts to, you know, there's a conversation. The whole premise of the books is that there's a conversation between Zuko and Aang, and Zuko basically says, you know, it's going to be a lot of pressure leading the Fire Nation, and, you know, I have my dad's blood in me. If I ever were to start turning into him, you need to kill me. And he doesn't say kill, I think he says, like, destroy, or send me to my doom, or something like that. But it's made incredibly clear that, you know, he tells Aang, you know, kill me if I ever get that bad. And Aang's like, you know, I couldn't even kill your dad, and he was pure evil. You know, and Zuko's like, you have to promise me, and Aang's like, I promise. And that's the plot. And basically what ends up happening is there's all these colonies that the Fire Nation set up in the Earth Kingdom. And you know, they're war colonies, you know. It's a symbol of the Fire Nation's victory over the Earth Kingdom, and so they should be removed from the Earth Kingdom, right? Because then, you know, the Earth people will have their land back. They won't have to be reminded of the war anymore. You know, they'll feel like they won. But unfortunately, one particular colony actually, like, the Firebenders and the Earthbenders, the Fire Nation and the Earth Nation, melded together. You know, there's intermarriage. There's, you know, kids that are produced that are you know, Firebender citizens, Fire Nation citizens, but Earthbenders. You know, it deals with the complex issue of the fact that, you know, these people have lives. You know, this colony's been there for like 100 years. What do you do with this? You know, who rightfully belongs to live there? Is it an eyesore for the people who originally own the land, or, you know, could this be a time where people come together? And I mean, there's a lot of complicated stuff dealing with, you know, war and dealing with the aftermath of war, and it does a really nice job of explaining. You can't just end the war. That doesn't solve everything, you know. Putting the guy in charge of the evil nation in jail isn't going to end the conflict. You know, it's just, there's a lot of political problems that need to be, you know, talked out, and eventually it does lead to a confrontation. There's a lot of fighting in this too. You know, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to tell you where the story goes, but it does a really good job. It is very true to character all the way through. You know, most people that you want to show up. Even a few interesting characters, some of Jet's gang from Season 1, some of the members that we haven't even seen since that first episode that Jet was in, come back. And that, you know, they've been living in the colony. And it's just, it's incredibly interesting. It really is. They didn't just cash in. This is a legitimate story that I could have seen, you know, being like an hour-long movie, you know, event, like after the finale of Avatar, or as part of the finale of Avatar. It was a really nice story, told really well. The art is beautiful. And then there's another side plot where Sokka and Toph created a metal bending school, and her magical meteorite metal that she got from Sokka vibrates whenever she's around people that have emotional, I want to call them crazy, but that's the punchline of the joke, that are very emotionally strong and outward. You know, and the joke is that those people are absolutely crazy, but those people have the power to metal bend. It's all right. That little side plot, you know, it takes up a lot of the middle book, because it's a trilogy. It's 3 books, and each book is $11, so not that expensive overall. I don't know if they're going to release one that's like all 3 books. They should, but whatever. Yeah, that side plot's, it's just kind of meh. I mean, it's a little bit interesting, but it's definitely a lot less interesting than the main conflict going on. But yeah, these are definitely worth it, and coming very soon is going to be the sequel to these books. That is, I think it's going to be another trilogy, but it's going to be books about Zuko's mom. Because that's, you know, that's an issue that people really want to know, and that's a story that they're going to tell. I really like this, and I really like the fact that they have these two planned. It's not like they're just going to cash in and do a weekly series of Avatar comics, or maybe they already have. I don't know. But these are very, you know, they're very true to characters. In my face, you know, they're very true to the characters. Very real. Very keeping in continuity. Very nice. I highly suggest them. You know, it's a good way that people maybe could get into comics, and it's a good way to expand the universe of Avatar, and it does also set up a lot of nice things that, you know, you'll see again in The Legend of Korra, because it's the transition. So yeah, I highly suggest these and recommend them, and yeah, you should go out and buy them if you're a fan of comics. If you're not a fan of comics but you're a fan of Avatar, definitely go check them out. All right, Pie Guy Rules out. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe if you like me, like this video if you, well, like this video, and comment if you have an opinion on anything that I just said. Oh, and I also have a Twitter. Follow me at Pie Guy Rules. I usually respond to any comments or questions that I get. Pie Guy Rules?